Hi friends, my name is Akil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial I will show you how to use web service tasks in SSIS. So this is my profile. I have 13 plus years of experience on Microsoft technologies. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is how we can use web service tasks in SSIS. So let's jump to the demo. I got a public web service dneonline.com/calculator.asmx and the web service name is calculator. So this particular web service contains 4 methods right now. Add method, which can add 2 integers, then divide method, multiply method, and subtract method. So we can use this particular web service to, for example, add 2 numbers, divide 2 numbers, multiply 2 numbers, or subtract 2 numbers. So a web service can contain any kind of methods. Those you can invoke from the web service task as well as from C#.net as well. But in this particular video I will show you how we can use the web service task in SSIS. So if you want to invoke these particular methods using the web service task, then the result will be downloaded to an XML file on your disk, and then you can load that particular XML file into the SQL Server table, or maybe you want to export it to a CSV file or something, so that you can do that. So to consume a web service you need to add $Wsdl and then you can press enter. So this is the URL that actually you need to provide to the web service task. So I can copy the link from here, and then this is my SSIS package that I will be using today. So we can drag and drop the web service task into the control flow window, and then we can configure the web service task. So you can right click and click on edit, and now in general, in the connection, in the HTTP connection, we need to make a connection to the web service. So you can click on new connection, and then under server URL you can paste the URL that you copied, and then you can click on test connection. So the test connection is succeeded, so that's a good news. You can click on OK. Now under Wsdl file you need to create a blank Wsdl file, and then only then you can proceed further. So let's create a Wsdl file. So in my D files location I can create a Wsdl file, and I will call it as calculator.wsdl. Okay, and now let me create a result.xml file, because the result will be downloaded in the XML format. So I can call it as result.xml. So you can see that the type of the first file, Wsdl file, is this one, web service description language, and the type of the result.xml is XML document. So this is good. Now I can go back to the SSIS package, and under Wsdl file I can browse the file that I created, calculator.wsdl. It's empty right now. I can click on open, and then under override Wsdl file I will select true. So this is done. Now you need to download this Wsdl file. If you won't do that, and if you go to, for example, input, so you will get an error here that could not read the web service Wsdl file. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to click on this one, download Wsdl. So this is saying the specified Wsdl file was downloaded successfully. So I can click OK, and now I can go to the input. Now there are 2 more things, input and output. So in the input we need to provide the input what we are going to provide to the web service, the inputs. So under service we can select the calculator service, this one. You can see, let me just remove this Wsdl from here. So this is the calculator web service, so that you need to select from here. And under method you should be able to see all these 4 methods: add, divide, multiply, and subtract. So let me just click on this drop down. So you can see that I can see all 4 methods. So I will be using multiply method in this case, and you can leave this web method documentation as it is blank. And now because this particular method, multiply method, it requires only 2 inputs, int a and int b. So either you can provide the values here, for example you can provide the values 10 and 5 so that the result will be 50, or you can use a variable as well. For example, instead of hard coding the value from here, you can use a variable. So you can click on the variable, and then you can select the variable from here. But right now, because I have not defined any SSIS variable, so what I can do, I can just uncheck it and I can click OK, and then I can declare an SSIS variable here. So I will click new to create a new variable, and I can call this variable as maybe second parameter, and the value I can give is 5. Okay, and now I can go back to the web service task again in the input. So this value is 10 for parameter 1, and for parameter 2 I will use the SSIS variable. Let me find the variable, second param. So the output should be 10 into 5, 50. Okay, so you have configured the input parameters. Now in the output type there are two options, file connection or variable. Either you can get the output in the XML format in the file XML file, or you can get in the variable as well. So let me choose the file connection first, and then maybe I can show you the variable method as well. So let me choose file connection, and then under you need to browse the file to which you want the result to. If you remember, I have already created a result.xml file, so I will just browse that file, result.xml. Right now this file is empty. I can click open. Okay, so now I have configured the web service task, I have configured the general input and output, and now I can click OK. So our package is ready to be done, so I can click on start, and then it should get the data from the web service. So the package runs successfully, and now I can go to the result.xml file. So you can see that now the file contains some data, and if I open the data, so let me see what kind of data it contains. So this contains the result 50. Okay, because the input was provided as 10 and 5, so that's why the result is 50. Maybe I can open this in some other editor as well, maybe Notepad++. So this is the result in the XML 50. So this is an XML file, and I have already shown you how to load the XML files. So you can import this XML file into the SQL Server database if you want, but that's how you can call a web service task. Now instead of getting the data in the XML file, now let me show you how you can get the data in the SSIS variable as well. So let me create a variable here, and I will call the variable as result, and the data type will be integer. So you will get the whole XML result in this particular result SSIS variable. So now in the output, from the output type I will select the variable, and now from the variable I will select the result SSIS variable, and now I can click OK. So if you see, the value right now in the result is empty, so this is fine. And now let me put a breakpoint on the on post execute event, so that I can show you the data in the result SSIS variable. Now I can click on start. Alright, so the on post execute event got hit, and now under variables I can check the variables, the result variable. So this is the result variable, and you can see that the whole XML data is copied to the result SSIS variable. So this is how you can use a web service task in SSIS to fetch the data from a web service. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button. Do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and click on all, so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much.